Secretary Haaland, in our last round of questioning, I think we finished up. So I was asking you questions about Tracy Stone-Manning. You declined to say whether you agreed with the statement issued recently by a White House official indicating that the nomination of Ms. Stone-Manning was a massive vetting failure. Now, in a questionnaire submitted to this committee, Ms. Stone-Manning suggested that she had never been the target of an investigation. Since that time, of course, we've learned that she was, in fact, issued a target letter indicating that she would be indicted on criminal charges related to the tree spiking. Were you or the department aware of those details prior to her nomination?
Senator, I was not aware of those details.
Were you or the department aware that Ms. Stone-Manning had hired an attorney and negotiated an immunity deal prior to testifying in the tree spiking case?
No, Senator, I did not know that.
Did you or the department advise or in any way support Ms. Stone-Manning in indicating to this committee that she had never been under investigation?
Senator, I have not met nor spoken to Ms. Stone-Manning. I understand that is the president's nominee and that she is qualified to do a job that he has asked her to do, and that's pretty much that.
What about the department?
The department.
Have others at the department have done that?
I can't answer that. We'd be happy to try to answer any other specific questions you have on the record, though.
No, as I recall, at the time Ms. Stone-Manning was nominated to be the head of the Bureau of Land Management, you had been in office for about a month as Secretary of the Interior. Were you aware of public statements that Ms. Stone-Manning had made only months before her nomination, calling for homes built in forests to burn in forest fires?
I had not read any of that, Senator, and I mean, yes, I am the Secretary of the Interior, but she is the president's nominee, and I am not in a. I mean, I didn't nominate her. I am here to move the department forward on the president's priorities, and that is what I am focused on at the moment.
Yeah. I understand. I understand. I suspect you can also understand why, as a member of this committee and as a senator representing a state, 2/3 of which is owned by the federal government and at 40% of which is under the control of the Bureau of Land Management, why I might be concerned about that, and why I might be more specifically concerned about the fact that she tweeted an article written by her husband, an article that states, quote, "There's a rude and satisfying justice in burning down the house of someone who builds in the forest." She called it a clarion call. Do you agree with that statement?
Senator, I don't read Twitter these days, and I certainly...
You know, and I'm not asking whether you read Twitter. I'm asking you whether you agreed with the statement. As someone who represents a state where a lot of people have lost their homes and their livelihoods and their access to public lands that they care about,
Senator,
I don't agree with it. Do you agree with it?
Senator, every day there is articles about wildfires and fires and pictures of houses burning on the front page of the New York Times, and it makes me cry every time I see that. This is a terrible issue in our country right now, these fires, and we're going to do everything we can to help remedy that.
Do you believe it's appropriate for a person who's shown gratification in seeing homes burn because they're in forests lead a key wildfire fighting agency?
Senator, what I can tell you is that I am going to do my level best to ensure that we are doing everything humanly possible to make sure that fires don't burn down our communities and people's homes.
Is it doing consistent with the desire to do everything you can to stop that from happening? Would it be consistent with that objective that you've just described, which I appreciate, to put someone in charge of it who's expressed gratification over seeing people's homes burn. Now, and she has espoused beliefs that livestock grazing, allowing livestock to graze on public lands is, quote, destroying the West. Do you agree with that statement?
Senator, I suspect that anybody who is leading in any portion of the Department of the Interior will carry out the laws and of this country and the priorities of the president in a very meaningful way.
And you don't think she'll be influenced by her feelings of gratification on seeing homes burn in forests?
I think that anyone who is leading the department will do their best to ensure that we are protecting our public lands for every single American.
In her academic thesis, Ms. Stone-Manning supported policies to influence Americans to have fewer children. She said it isn't a problem elsewhere and that Americans should stop at 1 or 2 kids. Do you agree with those policies?
I don't think that anyone can make policies like that.
In the same thesis, she published a photo of a child with the caption, "Can you find the environmental hazard in this photo?" She then indicated that the child was the environmental hazard. As the father of 3, it makes my stomach sink to think that anyone would label my child or anyone else's child as an environmental hazard. As a parent, I'm sure you feel the same way. Were you or your department aware of these statements prior to her nomination?
Senator, my child is 27 years old. I love her dearly. I wish I could see her more.
Is she an environmental hazard?
She is her mother's daughter and takes her refillable water bottle everywhere she goes and does whatever she can to honor this earth.
I see my time's expired. I just close by expressing my strong concerns here. Look, I get it. Not every official in the U.S. government is going to agree with me. Not every official appointed by a president who's of a different political party is going to be one that I'm going to agree with. There are a lot of people I can support who I disagree with. In this department, the department that you head, and in this bureau that Ms. Stone-Manning has been asked to lead, there is immense discretion that can have catastrophic consequences, not just economically, but for the day-to-day lives of the people I represent. That discretion is, in many cases, as a practical matter, almost unreviewable. Sure, court challenges can happen, but from one day to the next, there are a whole lot of those things that are really ultimately up to the discretion of the director of that office. I'd urge you and other members of this administration to reconsider whether this is an appropriate choice. It is not. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.